Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I've got to assume that the stream's working. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it is. I'm gonna be using the actual soundtrack for the game. I would change it, but I have got to the point now I just cannot be bothered. If you guys want to support me, then do so. If you don't, then don't, that's fine. I do this as a hobby, so that's fine. I'm just happy to be back. Happy to see you guys. Those of you who do show up, who do not believe me to be dead. Okay, so I don't actually have the save that I wanted, so we are going to have to carry on from where we left off, which is where I kind of had to continue the other day. I had a stream to do the other night, and things just did not work out as per usual. So, yes, we decided to carry on, and I'm going to carry on from that carry on. We are a little bit behind from where we last were, however. I think we're about a turn behind, maybe. Not that far behind, but behind where we were before. Now, I made some changes over here. How you doing, Alex? Good to have you, my man. Always good to see you there. Let me get my drawing tool up. Yeah, exactly. They just get old. Get old and busy. You can, well, actually, I was about to say, it's been a while since I last streamed because I don't actually have my streaming set up in a good spot. It's kind of in my face at the moment. That's fine. I'll adjust it later on. But doing a lot of painting though. A lot of painting as of late. Right, there's my drawing tool. Okay. So just to go over what I've done here is, I did see these positions over here. And that's not ideal, really. But the reason why I did that is we go from, granted this one over here is great, Heavywoods is nice. But I wanted to shorten the line where I could. And try and make it work. Let me know if the audio is too loud. It looks okay on my end, but I just want to be sure. Yeah, so we moved. I mean, this hex over here would have been nice to held onto, held onto. But I want to shorten the line. Moved into swamp for the most part. We do have heavy woods there, but swamp is where we moved to. This hex over here is one that I would like to reinforce if I could. But that's one where I'll probably station a 2nd division, perhaps. I do have the 69th Infantry Division over here in refit mode in Novgorod. I kind of want to have them, if able, to dig into the city, but also act as reserve. They may even, in fact, go over here, to be fair. Hey, Danae Yakov, good to have you, my man. Okay. So, that's the front line over here for the moment. I've also made some adjustments over this way as well, but we'll go over them shortly enough. I did actually make some changes over here to the north as well. Like, we do have a strengthening over here. Not so much over here, but there will be strengthening there shortly thereafter. I do have the 132nd here. That is attempted to go for really refit right now. Can we take Leningrad? That's going to be the interesting thing, isn't it? Because I think say before, when we actually got to the point that we actually did get to, it had become kind of untenable to take not Stalingrad, Leningrad. Leningrad can be taken. Probably not during winter, though. I'm going to have to wait for the weather to subside. I do need the Luftwaffe to be able to be pushed over here to just cut off that supply. Try and starve them out in some way, shape, or form. Try and get some more troops over this way as well. I need to get to the point where I can actually have forces taken off the line to actually recover and build up their own combat prep. That would be quite nice. Now, down here in the south, I am trying to make some moves. I was just in the middle of doing that as I ended the stream the other night. But I decided I'm not really defending anything worthwhile over here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is... Well, actually, no, that's the odd one out there, isn't it? Kind of not, actually. I just kind of need to space these out. What I'm doing is leaving a gap. I forget what the hex scale is. It's about 10 miles? I think it's about 10 miles. I forget what the actual validity well is now. It's been that long, actually. But essentially what I'm going to be aiming for is kind of something like that. Where I'm going to have... Well, obviously we'll make it work where we can with the train as it is. But essentially what I want to go ahead and do here is... I mean, I'm not really defending anything of value over here. But it is taking up quite a few divisions. And it's taking up a lot of divisions compared to what they're actually facing. So, with the initial movements, I'm going to stick to the divisions to begin with. Due to the fact that they put out that great zone of control. What I might go ahead and do then is maybe split some up into regiments, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the regiment system. At least not at this stage. You can do it elsewhere, but not right now. kind of leaves you in a tricky position. You can have them hit pretty hard. 15, I thought. Are we talking about divisions? Okay. I'm trying to free up divisions over this way as well. Like, that one could burn to refit as well to try and help it build up. I've shifted some forces over here as well, so I can try to get them established. I moved this over here, and I hadn't realized it was actually heavy wood, so if I'm gonna have that head back, really. And the light woods would be okay. Heavy wood's over here as well. Ah, swamp is behind them. Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it, really? It's the fact that there's not really anything tremendously of value over here. I mean, these rail lines are pretty good, but we do have more rail lines. We do have this big rail line over here. But we do have this defensive terrain to fall back into. So at least that is something. I need to go ahead and actually sort out the core commands, but we'll get on to that. Yeah, well, that's it. One division is stronger than 3 regiments, indeed. Yeah. They're just stronger. Stronger together, really. Stronger as a whole unit, really. Now, I'm going to try to strengthen this area over here as well. The division's not in a terribly bad position. If I take a look at it's only in light woods, though, which is a bit of a shame. I'm contemplating actually falling back to this heavy woods position over here, really. It doesn't affect my line. It just strengthens it. Granted, I lose the level 3 forts, but I do gain the innate advantage of the heavy woods. And that's something I'm kind of toying with at the moment. I do have these 2 Luftwaffe divisions over here, and I do have another one over there as well. So kind of what I'm thinking about doing here then is the infantry division could potentially move elsewhere. I need to have the infantry divisions deployed where I don't really have like the road network. I mean, I do luckily have that over here, but I do have heavy wood, so it's not exactly ideal to have the motorized in. Due to the fact that they do have mortars, they do have some panzers, and those elements would be negatively affected by that. I'd rather have those in the open or light woods and places of that nature. But I do have in this position over here, I do actually have 36 motorized divisions, so that's okay. And they're obviously of much greater strength than the actual Luftwaffe field divisions. So what I'd like to go ahead and do then is take what I can actually make use of. Like, that one's not super bad. Obviously, it's below strength. They should be up around about 9k. Also, they are down to 70% of their actual TOE. But what I'd like to go ahead and do then is try and get these Luftwaffe field divisions maybe into positions where they can actually be in the rear echelon, or maybe in the rear area, and have them begin to dig in. Or even just simply to add zone of control, or just simply to add numbers where we can. That construction value kind of sucks. I mean, this one's not bad. At 15 is not bad. How you doing there, George? Yeah, no, a lot of enemies as well. I mean, that can shift. We are playing that difficulty where they can teleport them. Yeah. So that's always a problem, because this has a construction value. So I do have these divisions, but I don't have many of them. Kinda. I mean, what I'm going to have to go ahead and do, this is something that I had set up, I'm going to have to do it again. But I think what we're going to go ahead and do then is, we did have these forces get absolutely smashed in this alternate reality that apparently didn't happen. But what I'm thinking about doing here then is having them fall back to this line over here, essentially. It does mean that we abandon this rail line, but this rail line is kind of compromised anyway. But what I'm kind of thinking here then is, let me get rid of that, is we do have this little bit of band of natural terrain to work with. And I would like to work with that. I mean, I do have this over here. I'd really like to get some troops into this area here as well, and just try and occupy these positions of actual natural defenses. That would be quite nice. Oh, we also do have that bit there, which is not too bad. So I do have a bit of a weight break over here. It would have been better had it been a contiguous one, but we work with what we have. But as far as it goes, if I take a look, do I have a VP thing up here? I do, in fact, yeah. So we have Kursk, we have Kharkov, Stalingrad, that one. I'm not going to bother trying for now. It's Rostov down there. So I don't really have all that much to lose here. Ah, how you doing, Matthias? Good to have you. I read that initially as Australia, but I thought I'd go ahead and check. The United States of Australia. The Australian Empire. Oh, dear. I read a good book a while ago, actually, quite a few years ago, called, what is it called now? The Iron Circle? Steel Circle? Circle of Iron? Circle of Steel? What's it called now? Anyhow, it was a book about the Central Powers in the First World War, actually. Was it Circle of Iron? Iron Circle? Might have been Iron Circle, but I might be thinking of the, like, Domitars altered by Perturabo. Ring of Steel? Ring of Iron? Ring of Iron? Ring of Steel? I think it might have been Ring of Steel. It's one of those. I'm getting close. I can feel it. But that was a good book. Can you remind me of that? But yeah, that's essentially what we're going to go for. Like, we don't really have the ability to keep the Axis Allied forces in any great strength. So I need to go ahead and actually make use of the actual natural terrain. I mean, these fortifications over here are nice and all, but I just don't have enough. They've been compromised too much now. So I think what I might go ahead and do then is let's go ahead and take a green. They're not quite that green, but they're not quite that bright either. I'm going to go with that green. The Hungarians can take up maybe this sector over here. Something like that. We'll call that the Hungarian sector. It might even be larger than that. So let's call that the Hungarian sector, give or take. And then I do have the Romanians. So we could call then that the Romanian sector. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing here. Hey, didn't there, Solid Dodger? Good to have you, my man. That's good to be back. I've been pretty busy. Still got things to do. I decided to go ahead and actually take a break. I've been reading up a lot, so I do have a modern Japanese history exam to do Monday, but it's actually pretty generous, really. Been loving these online exams, really. Much prefer them to having actually do shit in person. So nice. It's so nice. But yeah, that one comes out 11 AM Monday, and I have 72 hours, which is really nice. Actually, very generous tutor there, so that was really good. So should be absolutely fine. But I've just been doing reading just to keep sharp, really. But yeah, good to be back. I do intend to do more streams in the future as well. But yeah, we'll get to that point of the future then. So that's what we're going to essentially go for then. And if I take a look at what we actually have and how feasible that actually is, and not super sure yet. The Hungarian light divisions, let me go ahead and just hide that temporarily. I mean, I reduced their strength down to 70%. Maybe I should not actually have done it for the Hungarians, but hey ho. Lessons learned. If I take a look over here, then I may cede that position there. The issue is that it's separated by, well, separated from other hexes by 2. Well, other areas of forest by about 2 hexes. Again over here, but at least I can actually draw the German forces into this over here. I do want to try and protect this rail line. But I can at least rely upon some German support in this immediate area over here. So that's not too bad. We do have depots and stores over here, but nowhere near enough. And I think what I'm going to go ahead and do then is rather than have the panzers out here, as I really want to keep them in a decisive position. And really in a reserve, really. So if I could have them maybe positioned around Kharkov, something of that nature. Now, due to the actual terrain, we do have light woods. This is all clear. Well, it's basically steppe, but it's all clear terrain here. I do have some roads, rail, that sort of thing. Unfortunately, this is going to go, but that's fine. Nature of the beast there, really. But I need to try and use them strategically. I'd like, well, not strategically. I'd like to try and use them in an operational manner. Like, for example, I need to have the panzers able to come around and do something like that. Achieve, like, an actual decisive result. And I can't do that if I have them just spread out. I need to just commit them when I need to commit them. These tanks, so in, for example, the 22nd Panzer Division is hardly a Panzer Division at this point. It does have some panzers, but yeah, that ain't going to be scaring the Soviets. I do love the Panzer III. I do. But the Panzer III is getting a little bit long in the tooth here. So we need to respect that. And yeah. Look, I do have some Panzer IV F2 over here, but again, yeah, we need to respect that. Thankfully, the Pak 40 does make up for some 80. And I don't have a huge amount of those. I do have some 88s in here, but I don't seem to have the Pak 40s in here. I don't seem to have them right now. So these Panzer Divisions aren't exactly Panzer Divisionary. Not really. I do have 2 more divisions coming in over here. So we have something to play with there. I do have the 18th Panzer Division over here. You can see, for example, that has about 116 vehicles. Oh, so that's including tanks and other armored vehicles, I imagine. Although, actually, no, I'd have to take a look at that. I'm too lazy to calculate it. But yeah, we do have more in here. Panzer III J. Panzer III is so cool. G model there. Some ends. Oh yeah, there you go. Close spot one that, isn't it, I believe. I do like the Panther 2F. So in effect, I don't really have huge amounts of light firepower there. And I don't really want to be throwing them out into bad weather like this, so that's what we're going to go ahead and do. The Romanians have taken quite a beating indeed. But that's what we're going to kind of go ahead and do with them, really. So let's go ahead and close that thing, and I need to use it now. Let's go ahead and get that back up. So what I'm thinking about doing then is actually, say, I want a triple stack as well, so 3 there. About 3 there. If I could manage about 9 divisions or something of that nature, that'd be quite good. I need to take a look at the actual conditions of the men too. So we're looking at 63-21. These men are unready. So unready are basically useless. It may be worthwhile to have them march towards Kursk or Kharkov. How many decent divisions do I have? So that's 3. It's not really very decent at 7k, but at least it's something. So I've kind of got about 8 or so divisions. Infantry divisions at least are in okay shape. Not exactly anything particularly strong, but at least something I can work with. Oh yeah. It'll come in the future. Will come in the future, I'm not as busy. Eventually. Luckily this year I get to have a summer, so I'm looking forward to that. But I am doing a summer school from the 27th of June to the 11th of July, I think it is. I just need details on that, and then after that I can have a bit of a summer. I do intend to try quite seriously to learn Mandarin, or at least begin the process of learning Mandarin this summer too. So, luckily my girlfriend can help me with that. Being a native speaker certainly does help a shitload. Sorry, Oscar. Oh, yeah, talked about in the north, aren't you? Is that in the north? Oh, over here. Sorry, I thought you meant it was a town over in the north. I mean, it would have been in Depot. I was thinking about having like the armor division there, but we'll certainly see. Alright, anyhow, let's go ahead and see here then. I do have the Romanians as well, of course, so that's not too bad. I wish I had like another bit of forest over here, and that would work out pretty nicely, but alas I do not. See, the issue is even the German divisions over here in pretty rough standing. I can at least bring the Panzer divisions down here, so that's not too bad. I don't know. We don't have a huge amount of options. Do have a huge amount of problems though. Right, 0-13. So they're all in pretty bad shape. Barring just a couple over here. These divisions are the best. It may be better to actually concentrate them. Maybe not spread them out as much. I may leave this under the control of the Germans, perhaps. Maybe move them down there. I do have some forces that I can actually throw towards that end. Not a huge deal. It may simply be that we go for the actual defensive positions and allow them to penetrate. There's not a lot to lose. I mean, this rail line can be repaired in the future. Yeah. I mean, I know that Dojo has a kid on the way. We should have best of luck on that one. I'm sure it'll be fine. But I can imagine that is going to take up a huge amount of time. So it's one of those, isn't it, really? Just got to find people that work well with your own schedule, really. That's always a big thing. I would like to do some more on the Pacific, so that'll eventually happen. Eventually. Okay. Distance would be a good thing as well. What do I have here? Light woods too. Okay. May have to shift those. Yeah. There are troops that can be moved around. Like, we do have troops that are on rails right now. But what I wanted to go ahead and do here is get like infantry and mainly the Axis allies redeployed first, and then we can sort it from there, really. I would like to try and just bring the Romanian army together, or the Romanian forces in the field together. Oh, is he? What, for one in the Pacific, or one of these two? I love the... Oh, actually, no, some of these can actually get out. Ban that one. That one's kind of screwed. Yeah. I think I may, in fact, have the Romanians just head over this way. There's something to be said about pulling back far enough that the enemy can't really get to grips with you immediately. I do need to play for a little bit of time, though, so I am going to try and make a stand over here, but... I don't know about that. It's been a while since I've played. Okay. Let's get the 2 divisions in first and foremost, then. Just get 2 divisions in each position, I guess. Let's move that over there for the moment. Just get an idea of how that looks, then. I could position them there, but they're at risk of being cut off. Okay. Who's that? So, oh, okay. Wow, fed off, really? Wow. I mean, this is it. I'm not against playing him in the future, really. I just think it's one of those of... There was a lot of mistakes made in that first game, so I feel bad for people that have to continue it. I mean, that's good on them, but I'm glad it's not me. I'm kind of glad now. Oh dear. Okay. Another alternative here is that we could choose to hold on to that position and then play something here. It's... dangerous, though. I don't really want to leave myself in a position I can get cut off, really. Okay. Play something about that. It's hard for people to continue what they didn't start, in my opinion. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and position divisions there. It's not going to be ideal for them. But then again, none of this really is. Okay. I do need to cover this over here, but we'll figure that one out. Well, I don't know. It's getting up there, isn't it, in terms of years? I want to have the tanks over here, just mostly for the... I just need to try and strengthen them if I can. God, I love the Nimrod. The Nimrod's so good in Steel Division 2. It has no right to be that good, but it is. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, Dadman said he would actually be up for another game. I forgot about that, actually. He did say he would be up for another one. So that is a good option. And probably the option I'd go with, really. Definitely options. Definitely options. Currently playing Red Army Revival. Oh, is that one of the scenarios? Honestly, I don't really look at the scenarios beyond the actual campaign for the most part. Something I might have to bear in mind one day. Right, do I want to have a headquarters over here? Defense isn't exactly looking strong. Yeah. I mean, we do have some Germans, it's just trying to figure out what I can actually use, really. That one's actually pretty good to go there. I really need to have the 57 given time to recover if I can. The difficulty here is that while the double system works, or at least the dual stacking works to a degree, you quite quickly run into situations where you have men ground down. Luckily, we do actually have some reinforcements on the way that I've not just forgotten about until now. So that is at least something. Which is actually really quite important right now. I may even go ahead and relieve some of these men on the actual front line and have them just move a little bit further down here. Things like the Luftwaffe come in handy at this point in time now. Mostly when you have nothing, it's pretty nice to have something else. I need them really to just help bulk up positions that don't have fortifications, like down here, really. These troops over here do tend to have more combat preparedness. The issue is I really don't have full strength on these men. Like, they don't have their numbers really up there. One of those. There's not all that much here, but I don't really want to... If I was saying that, do I just want to fall back at this point? I mean, granted, I have some level of fortification over here, but it's not as if it's that overwhelming. And what could I potentially do here? Is that rail line functioning? It is, actually. Even over here. But that's not that important. It could be that we fall back to something like... Maybe something like that. Granted, I abandoned the level 2 fortifications over here, but at least I can actually consolidate the numbers a little bit better there. That might be something to do there. Not especially ideal, but I desperately... Oh, wow, that's a big division. That's a big division. That's actually... that's like 41 level of strength there. That's pretty nice. That's a pretty damn good division there. With some fantastic construction value. Okay, that's a great weight breaker. That actually would allow my 2 divisions over here to have some rest. Which they certainly need. Okay. They have moved and they have operated a little bit, but not that much. They're not looking super bad. Okay. Doesn't mean I can actually pull back some forces over here. Cool. We'll go with that. So what am I going to have here then? Keep that. Or do I keep that? I don't need to keep that. So I can shift these forces out over here. Place maybe 1 division there, or maybe a division here. But probably a division there. I have forces then that are going to be in this vicinity then. That works. And it's just at the end of the day, I have level 1s, but I can rebuild level 1s. At least I could build up in the natural defensive terrain over there. Saying that, I might even go ahead and just pull back yet further. Let's go ahead and take a look at that then. So if I go... That works out. If I have it to about at least 2 divisions, I can have a strong division actually here, and that'd do fine. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Let's go ahead then. Okay. I'd like to give these divisions a rest if I could. That would be very nice. That'd be nice. So if we place that 1 in the actual defensive train, that'd be good. The idea there is it's a good division, but it could do with some rest. But I don't want to have it. I don't want it to be further degraded, if that makes sense. This one could be placed over here to help bulk up elsewhere. That's kind of tempting over there. Or even just being in a reserve is not bad at all. That could be shifted over here, or even over to here. That could be shifted maybe a little bit further then. Damn, that's a strong division. Oh, that one can go there. That one does obviously need to recover. Can't move it any further anyway. Shift you there. Now this is the one I would like to actually build up again. Alas. Okay, so this is the elements actually attached to Großdeutschland. Okay. Yeah, so that works out for us. That means I can actually have forces deployed a little bit more tactfully. Okay. There is a question of need, like I'm having to send reinforcements over here because I took them away. It may be, in fact, worthwhile to keep them around, let's say, Orel. And I think I might keep them around Orel, actually, for this turn, considering the fact that there's a lot of stores there. There's a lot of stores. That's pretty good. That's pretty tempting, in fact. They're nice troops. But again, I mean, the best we have there is about 10k. Okay. There's a rare opportunity to rebuild these troops, and I'm going to go ahead and take that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I do have a Flieger over here, so at least I can work with that. There's my depots along here. I can construct another depot here, so I will. Okay. I think I'll go ahead and use that Luftwaffe Field Division just to, like, cover the headquarters. Okay. In fact. See it as well over here, let's take a look. Like, I have this position. That's light ones. Luckily we do have our heavy ones, which is phenomenal, actually. I mean, obviously these are refit in a vain hope that they would one day take on reinforcements. They can't because they're in contact with the enemy. But again, I need to have these men recover. can build a depot there. How are they? They do have some construction value. Yeah, this over here is. It's a turn before we actually have them eaten, so they'll be eaten next turn. Let's just take a look at that. Yeah, they need to go there. So we have two bands of light woods over here. 2 hexes of light woods on the actual city itself, which is urban, which is really nice. So I do have a nice defensive band there. I'm going to see these positions, perhaps. Though... I don't know, it's one of those, isn't it, really? I can hold the city, I can hold the rail by covering that. The city itself can be a bulwark. So I can then have these troops actually move a little bit further down there then. It's urban and it will hold. It has a great deal of stores actually in there. I think I just need to accept that, well, not every position is great, nor should be held. I'm gonna figure that one out though. Like, for example, how do we do this? So in this position here. In fact, I may keep that position, because I already have these two over here. I may have a division just moved over here to rebuild, or just take some rest, but I probably have it moved over here. So it's still just the 1 hex of difference there, isn't it? Still just that one. Here is a bit of a different story. It may be worthwhile holding that still. Might even be worthwhile holding these in general, actually. Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to just refit some men, actually. Ones that desperately needed, that is. Now these troops over here are actually pretty damn good. They have some pretty damn good high morale. Okay. See, didn't need to really double stack over here with the natural terrain. Might be worthwhile to hold that. Though saying that on their own they could fall apart, but I'm going to take the opportunity here to actually rest these men while I can. Just even having that turn off the front line makes a big difference. If they can burn off some of this fatigue, that makes a pretty big difference. Pretty big difference, really. That one could do with some restoration. Let's get them around a rail. Need to make the most of this. That's fine. Actually, saying that, I'm not going to recover much if I'm not an essential supply, am I? It's a shame about them, but they'll still maybe take on some, but I need to maximize this, really. Not like I'm going to have another opportunity for this for a while. Hey, didn't I run? Good to have you, my man. That's still within range, though. At least I could give them something there. Getting about 8k there. Going to move that Luftwaffe field division over there. Just to bring that up a little bit more. It equals them out, really. So, just going to really take advantage of that opportunity granted there. I think if we have a shot at actually giving them time to rest, that's pretty good. Like over here, for example, I don't need to have that. I mean, that's 91 versus 31 there. It's quite a big difference. Then the terrain's not especially advantageous. This part of the line needs to fall back, really. I do have Swan here. Even some over there. Light woods as well is pretty good. And we do have some heavy woods there too. I do have these level 3 forts, but a level 3 fort, even if it's in light woods, it's just never going to be as good as something else. I need to give these men time to recover too. 193. Right, both of those need to come off the line then. Yeah, if there's any opportunity to be able to recover them, then that's pretty good time to take in. That one's oddly low. Okay. I'll just move the one there just to make sure that doesn't fall. So I need to take this pocket out. I'm gonna move these fellas into reserve over here in the level 3 forts. May as well, I guess. Or even perhaps there, but that'll be okay, I think. That one could have been fought through better. So I might have been able to pull back into swamp there, but it is what it is. Should be fine. Right. So that just do for the temporary situation. So I have another division here then. What to do with? There is a German force over there. It would be nice to reinforce that one with a German division. So I think I will go ahead and do that. Even if it is a weakened one. It's still in a better spot than the actual other forces there. Just need to obviously balance these out. Need to balance Hungarian commands out there too. But that'll look better. Let's move out there into cover. Right, then I can of course move those as I need to. Probably keep them around this area in fact. Something like the 25th Gross Deutschland could even be moved elsewhere then. Yeah, let's see what we're going to do with the Romanians. This headquarters obviously needs to be moved too. Let's move to the rear over there then. Now that is under Hungarian command. I would like to get all the other Romanians really down this way, I reckon then. I think they need distance more than anything else. I could even then move the German forces down here to the south. There is other forces here, but these forces could probably just move that way. They're not in a great position, but they're still relatively well equipped. Considering most others there, really. Especially Romanians. I mean, in fairness, they really have much better equipment than the Romanians do. So it's not like the Panzers have much of a position to complain. They do, but not anywhere near as much as their allies. I might even fall back to that hex, actually. That's a pretty decent time division, in fairness. I'm gonna go for distance. (10-9, 15-8). That would help to bolster that there. But again, I don't know, it's one of those, what am I buying there? I may go very much for the Romanians in the south idea. Or even over here, really. Maybe even have the Germans there and have the Romanians there. Let's see how far they can all go first. So that's often the deciding factor. Okay. They can more or less go wherever they like. Near enough, anyway. They, not so much. They'll have to go over there, then. They can't quite move it. They can. Again, I imagine that will crumble. That's going to be pretty rough for them. Oh, that one's especially rough. There's no point putting good troops down the field to get slaughtered, so what's here is just what I can throw together, really. Maybe even worthwhile to move the Italians down here. But I'm going to probably have some of them move this way. But I probably want to see how forces down here can move first. That's going to be generally the way we'll try and take it then. I may just have the Italians move this way. At least then that gives them a bit of a breather. It also does give me some troops over here just to start... I don't know, just have some mass around Kharkov. Because I don't really have mass around Kharkov. I can even just bunch them up over here just to give us some more mass there. Which is not a terrible idea. Does mean that at least I do have something like depth. So I can put them behind the lines. But we'll see what our options are. This is where it gets complicated. Now the river's not completely frozen, at least down here, but I don't imagine it's long before the... Is it a Dnieper or is it the Don at this point? I forget which one it is at this point. Over here. It's saying the Don over there, but I'm not too sure. Might be the Dnieper, but I think the Dnieper's a bit further inland, isn't it? Could be wrong. Oh, that's the Dnieper, yeah. So I guess, is it the Don? Might just be the Don River then. That road's nice, but not super important. I do have the rail over here, so... this area over here then is pretty good. Yeah. I do have the major rail here, which is pretty important. So these are positions I do want to defend. So these depots... Well, that line's good as well, so... Try to make a point around there. Ah, yeah. Flowing. Okay. It's not that bad. It's got use. I forget what the actual amount that they can handle is, but it's definitely not overburdened. I mean, over here is like more overburdened. I mean, obviously that's a single rail. Dual rail, I think, can handle 25k or something of that nature. I forget now, actually. Yeah, at least I do have these mobile assets that can be freed up and moved to the south. If only they could move. Shit. Well. I guess that means that a number of these Italians are going to be staying around here. Okay. Okay, I have to work with that then. Can't really leave my panzers on their own. Gotta make some of these plans look a little bit less than stellar now. I'm gonna go ahead and place that there then. It's not ideal. Okay. Well, they can both move, so I'm going to have them both move, really. Yeah, exactly. They can at least try and draw from there. Or in fact, actually. I might even just have them move towards Kharkov, in fact. We'll see about that, because they are pretty heavily depleted. Also something to said about having them kept around that area, but yeah. Again, this is going to fall apart, but we'll see. Now, in the interest of having done this already before, obviously not having that save file on hand, I'd rather not have to redo this all again. But here we are. So I am just going to get the remaining units moved to wherever I can. And then we'll figure it out. Is it the best thing to do? Nope. Is it the lazy thing to do? Yep. Yeah, probably want to have those over here. Luckily, some of these can move, so that's pretty nice. Okay. Pretty awful way to do it, but again, I've done it before, and I kind of be asked to do it again. Not a good attitude. There's the one that keeps you alive. Yeah, there's some assets left in the Caucasus. When I say some, I mean like literally just that one. So they're still classed as German troops, so still pretty good. Here some of these troops stack. Hey, did I not? What do you mean win? I should really have tried to have gone for Stalingrad first. Underestimate the AI, or at least underestimate the scenario. Ah, so many fucking headquarters. I just move them a little bit. It's getting in the way sometimes. Okay. Luckily I do have some fortification here, so that's not bad. I was going to use the elements of 17 foot to hold this bend. Which will go about as well as you can imagine. Some of these are not bad though. I should just get the 17th units into position then. To be fair, I've not been streaming for a while. I've been far too busy. How you doing there, Nod? How's things? How's Tricks, Boney? At least there's some divisions over here actually of decent strength. There's some leeway here. When these really should be given time to rest. Would deeply like that. Well, that one obviously needs to come off the line. That's tricks. Fine, fine, just busy. Busy as all. Yeesh, some of these are pretty bad. But not that bad. But some are pretty bad. In fact. Would like to try and give some of these some time. I've been quite lazy. I've done this before, and for some reason I've lost the save, but that's the reason why I'm being lazy. That'll be fine. Probably. So you obviously do all the reorganization, but hey ho. In fact. Gonna have these regiments used over here, really. I'll just change those commands over. I mean, that's basically a regiment. Oh well. Actually, no, that still needs to just give it some time to recover if it can. I mean, these units unfortunately can't move, but that's okay. I just need to have them sent to the south when I can. Okay. But at least I do have the Romanians in a position that won't drive me bloody crazy. Awkward. Ah, some of these are not bad. Just those ones are screwed. Yes, they do have some regiments up there. And a division, technically. How you doing there, Arthur? Good to have you, my man. So you don't get fined. Too late. It's too late. Much too late. I hate. I wish there was like a drawer until that'd be nice. Like, just like a paintbrush or something to change commands. That'd be so bloody nice. Alas, we don't live in that world of reality. Oh, I fucking hate these things. I wish that. Also, if there was like a button where it would like automatically change command, but don't change if it's going to put them over their maximum. Oh, that'd be so fucking nice. But no, live in this bloody world of copper rather than the world of gold. So we make do with that. But fucking hell, it's so annoying. I may be quite lazy and just leave it as is. That's becoming a quite tempting offer. Okay. I mean, not that they're even going to respond, actually. That's awkward. They need to head out elsewhere, don't they? Have them moved over there to help boost up that depot. I'm going to do the auto depot as well. Reach peak laziness. Yeah, I tell you what. In the interest of just pushing a problem down the road, kicking a can down the road, I will leave that. I know, no good. Slap on the wrist. There you go, you heard it. Just can't be arsed. We'll do it next time. I have done this turn once before already, but crashed, unfortunately, so that's my excuse. Still don't like that, I'd rather move them. Ah, yes, I see. Again, not a big fan of that. But I can't move that one, so kind of stuck in that position for the moment. Let's see. Where's your actual headquarters? Still can move them. But I'm going to go ahead and take the south. In fact, this army needs to be toned down. It's not like they're going to be getting a whole lot of supplies on the front line now. How you doing there, Judy? Fifth Panzer could be a little bit higher on the food chain. A little bit higher, anyway. Okay. I do like being around Kharkov. Quite nice bit of rail there. Right. So we're going to have the 5th Panzer Army move down here, but essentially this is going to be the task of the 5th Panzer Army. Technically they're associated with that army. We're going to go ahead and place them to the 5th Panzer. That doesn't screw things anyway. Oh yeah, army group A is good to go. So let's go ahead and place you under the 5th Panzer. Like so. In this mode, sorry, the first number is attack combined, and then I forget what the second is. I think the second might be... Ah, yeah, there we go. I had it where it's attack and defense. This is attack and defense, but you can also have it attack and movement. If you press C, usually shows you the one on the top. Can you actually double click and it changes who's on top? Yeah, it does. I don't often use that. I really should use that more often. It's a pretty nifty little thing there. I just don't use it that often. But it is pretty useful. Alright, have these guys out here. Oof, that's annoying. We're looking at there, 42nd. Actually, what do we have here? Ah. Go to them. You have stuff that you shouldn't, but I will get rid of that next time. But no, I'm going to get rid of those. Okay, they can keep the slugs this turn. Not happy about it though. They can go there and reserve. A little bit far away, really, to do anything, but this is kind of just make sure I can get them up to some... What are they meant to be at? Oh, they're not that far off with actual strength, in fairness. Haven't committed over here, then, perhaps. Or even potentially there. Actually, I do want to have them on a depot. I'll put them on the front line for now. Just to bring that up a little bit further. They can move over here. both go into... Well, they need to go into refit, actually. Them morales actually looking pretty good. Shift you over there for proper refit. Who do you belong to? You're just second army. Have you shifted down here, perhaps? Yeah, just put them under 5th Panzer for now. Okay, again, pretty lazy. I do have the SS to sort out. I don't know whereabouts shift them. Need to get more troops in over here, Smolensk. Ah, they've been moved just this turn. Okay, so they can't move that much further. In fact, no, I'm gonna move them as far as I can. Sorry, affected the rail network this turn. Might as well continue. Get them as far as I can. Do have forces back in Germany, then I'm also going to move by rail. But we'll move the infantry first. And I do want to actually bring more reinforcements to this area. Oh, I just need to make a couple of movements around here and then we'll be good to go. Yeah, how you doing there? Okay, good to have you, man. Even the Panzer. Could be handy to have a Panzer division in the north, maybe, but I don't know. Panzers aren't super suited up to that area. No, it's something I want to do is like overload the rail lines like this, but just need to get those men to the front. Oh, champion, they can go over here. We'll go ahead and grab them. Now I'm going to look at the rails because I know it's going to be bad. Not that bad, but it will be bad. I'll get the Luftwaffe here to build. Oh, start digging in anyway. Who do you belong to? You're under this core. Okay. Let's see. Kind of regret that one actually. I just want to really dig in this area. I'm also conscious of the fact that they managed to slip an army through here in a alternate reality. So pretty cautious of that. Okay, that'll do for now. So have you placed on that command temporarily? Again, I'm just going to get these things done in the interest of time. I would like to just go ahead and run a turn, really. Seems like everybody's okay. Seems that way anyway. Oh, yes. Before I forget. Commanders report. Just want to have the infantry. There we are. Bring these ones up over here to strip. I'm not too sure if it was the right move. I think I probably should have been a little bit more selective about which ones I put lower on the TOE and which ones I didn't, in fact. Lessons learned. There we are. These ones as well. Where's your army? Where's 4th? Oh yeah, 4th down here, okay. Let's try and get some men in here. Oops. Okay. You've been altered there, that's pretty good. Okie dokie. As far as it goes, I mean, it's a difficult position to hold on to Leningrad. I pulled back over here, I'm gonna see how that goes. I just need to try and get some strength into the line, really. There's difficulties down here because we had a less than graceful ass kicking at Stalingrad. Got the wrong grads. I had hoped I could have like lingered a little bit and had a bit of a organized retreat, but that did not go to plan. So kind of had scrambled there. And then we had like a turn where the AI pulled out some really amazing stuff. And kind of sent my Panzergrenadiers packing, which was like one of my best units on the entire front. So not, again, ideal. It's been pretty interesting. Let's go get them in there. As to whether we're stabilizing, we'll see. Parts of the line doing well enough. In terms of casualties, I mean, you'd have to take a look at what the campaign begins with, because you begin the campaign with some numbers. We did have some pretty hefty losses here. A lot of these have been allied. I kind of wish you could separate between, like, different nations. That'd be quite nice. I can't say that being too hard for them to do, but I don't know. Surely it can't be too hard for them to do, because it tracks the units differently, doesn't it? Yeah, we're starting to get some strength back into the map. Obviously, we do have more men being assigned out this way, but that's one of those. Alright, I think we're about ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and let the AI do its thing with the actual razzmatazz, aka the depots. So I can be asked. I do have a coffee for me that I'd like to drink. Also thinking that I bought this chair. I kind of regret because it isn't super comfy for a while. So I'd like to run the turn. I expected to do an hour, but it's turned into about 2 hours, but that's okay. Alright. End the turn, see how it goes. Probably be some setbacks, but need to fall back in places. Can't just sit there forever. How's everybody doing? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now this is the part where the music, of course, stops. Don't know why. Maybe shouldn't. Okay. I'm happy that I've been able to move some additional forces to Smolensk. I forgot to empty those depots. Okay, it's not that much. We did have a little bit of a counter push over here at Vodosnesh, so hopefully that should work out in our favour that they have to then push through that again. But they're going to have forces, I mean. But on that difficulty with the AI can just teleport, so it's one of those. You really never know where the enemy is going to come from. That does make it quite spicy having to like try and Always bear that in mind. Does make it fun though. At least if we eventually play against a human opponent, they're not gonna be like fucking warp spiders, where they just appear. Right, so we can at least try and predict or try and find the enemy. Odds there, not good. Not good, really. That holds. That's a lot of losses there, but again, it goes down to level 2, which is not good. But that's a big spicy battle. A big spicy battle. These numbers are pretty spicy up here. Again, I don't like the fact that I've lost fortifications, though. Don't like that. Gotta keep those all important fortifications there. They have lost a couple... Well, definitely over 10,000 men in that area, then. I really want Orion Bomb. I'm gonna get Orion Bomb. It's very difficult now. Very difficult. Yeah, that going down to 1 is not good. Not good at all. Probably gonna have to cede that position there. In fact, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to cede that position. It's not gonna happen. I think they're both light woods as well, if even that, which is even worse. One of them might have been clear, or they both might have been clear. Yeesh. But if we fall back, at least we do have a couple more divisions placed in a single hex. Doesn't help that they have been assaulted, but they did at least manage to take a decent bite out of the enemy forces there. Unlike there, but again, doesn't matter hugely. Do have more divisions in that area at least. Just need to like spread them around. Oh, tank corps pushing through there. Hasn't managed to link up, which is a good thing. Just need to deal with these forces over here and then probably just fall back to swamps over here, really. At least I do move closer to the road network. Ooh, that's not ideal. That's surprising, in fact. Yeah, well, that's not too bad, but not exactly ideal either. Yeah, they didn't get far though. Yeah, there's only 6,000 men there. Not exactly much of a division, but we do have... where we're looking at there. That's Morais? Huh, okay. I didn't quite get to read that one, but that wasn't ideal, really. Not ideal. Not ideal. Indeed. Okay, at least they held pretty well. Yeah, thankfully we do have additional divisions in this area, like at least 2. Which does make a difference. We do also have the Panzers in Grey Shrift down here now as well. Armored cores could cause problems. Oof, that's not good. They do hold well enough, but I just don't like the fact that they got hit from 3 sides, but nature of the beast on this front here. And this area here, the Orel Curse front, just nasty. Just nasty, nasty, nasty. I tell you in play-by emails, I'm going to essentially make sure that I micromanage like the allocation support units, like construction units and all that sort of thing. It does make a tremendous difference. So far, the biggest upset was the motorized division officemen that's actually getting pushed back. No surprising, but I guess they probably maybe overestimated them. They probably got hit by something decently hard, because I know there's a couple calls in that area. It's not surprised that they gave in so easily. Alright, probably see attacks now in the south, perhaps? We'll see. I'm taking a bit of a gamble in myself. Oh, how you doing there, MHV? Good to have you, my man. Ah, not too bad, not too bad. How are you doing? I'm just near the end of the second year studies, looking forward to going into the third year studies, and then can finally go push for that MA, really. Look forward to that. I'm hoping to get a play by email in here eventually too, so that'd be fun. Now, how you doing? Are you in Austria? Like, whereabouts are you now, man? I know you're moving around quite a lot to do the actual filming. You need to go somewhere warm. That'd be quite nice for you. Right, well, we're nearly at the end of the turn. Whenever that is. I need to have music on this part. Oh, well. Seems like we have got through the worst of it, though. So, a couple tens of thousands of well, maybe about 10, 15,000 in the north of the Soviets, which is not a huge amount. We did have one of our positions actually reduced from level 3 forts down to level 1, which is not exactly fine. Oh, yeah, in Austria. That's pretty cool. I got a couple of viewers, actually, from Austria. We got somebody in from Austria already, actually. So that's pretty cool. Ooh. Are you going to be going to the Tank Museum? That's going to be a lot of fun. I'd like to say I've been myself, but haven't really done anything for quite a while now. Okay. Waiting for the game to do its thing. I can stop talking effectively at this point, but it's a little bit boring. Probably for both of us, so I'm just padding it out. Hoping it hasn't crashed. Probably hasn't. This is effectively the point where you start playing out like a Game Boy or something like that, playing some Pokemon. Oh my gosh. Ah, okay, there we go. Thank God for that. Oh, we have our ways first. I've not heard about one, actually. What's that? Actually, I'll Google that in fairness. I can Google it afterwards. Our screen has gone black, which is okay. Usually it will come back after this. Happened many times. At least I hope so. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of admin while we are waiting here. So, can't write too well. But it's going to give it time for the game. Oh, that didn't go too well. Let's go ahead and do that properly. There we go. Chances of victory. Oh my god! I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. Yeah, blackout. Yeah, secret rooms. Oh well, we saved it beforehand anyway. We'll see. I've got faith. Let's play a big game. Ah. Oh my god, it's taken a while. Right, I'm going to go with the strong assumption that it may perhaps have failed me. We will see. Okay. What I'm going to go ahead and do here then is just about that. I was going to end the stream shortly enough anyway. I'm going to go ahead and end it on the cliffhanger. The cliffhanger is going to be, did it crash or not? You'll have to find out next time. Thanks for watching. Good to have you all. And I will see you again in the future. It's been the first stream in a while. Hopefully have more of those, but we'll see about that. Take care. And I'll